Hi, I'm Kim. I make videos about real life over 50, specifically starting over at 59. And today I'm going to share 5 ways or areas that I am looking to reinvent myself. And maybe you'll find it inspiring. Maybe you'll feel like you're less alone. One thing I will not make videos about on here, at least at this point, are fashion and makeup. When I go look for people that are my age or older, that's kind of all I see. So this is not that. Let's get into it. The first thing I'm doing, so I'm not happy with a lot of areas of my life. You would think in your almost retirement years, they're the golden years, and you can just enjoy the hard work that you've put in all your life and just kind of coast. Not me. I will be working until I die. And I am a new empty nester. So it's kind of a good reset point to change some things about my life that I now have the power to change. So the first thing is I am in graduate school to get my MSW, Master's in Social Work, to become a licensed therapist. I started in January of 2024. I finished my first semester last month. I got all A's, went full time, and couldn't afford to go this summer. But I will start back in the fall, and I will also start my first semester of 4 semesters of an internship, unpaid, of course. So that is one way that I am trying to become professionally who I want to be. My work background has been varied. Went to college for 3 years, didn't get a degree, went back finally 30 something years later in 2018 to finish my degree, really just as a personal goal. It was like a humanities degree. No one in my family has graduated from college, so my great grandparents, grandparents, parents, my sibling. And so really it was just a personal goal. And that was in 2018. And then I recently, about 3 or 4 years ago, started learning about complex trauma, childhood trauma, and realized that was me, the daughter of 2 alcoholics. And as I've educated myself in the last 3 or 4 years, I have become passionate about helping people understand it and heal from it and live their best lives in spite of it. And so that's what I'm doing to have a professional goal. Right now, I'm working as a nanny to 4 kids, ages 1 to 7, whose mom is a doctor. Prior to that, I did an inside sales job. It's the worst job I've ever had, nearly killed me. And prior to that, I had a pretty large piano studio. And COVID pretty much killed that. I will share a video at some point about my piano journey. I will tease you with, I started to teach piano or decided to teach piano when I did not know how to play the piano, nor did I even own a piano. So that's a good one. And then I went on to support my family that way for like over 12 years. So, number one, I'm pursuing a master's in social work. Number two, I am pursuing a creative outlet, which is this YouTube. My mom was super creative when I was growing up, and I don't know if that intimidated me, but I would put myself in the category of I'm not creative. I know that's not true, just like, um, everybody is musical, even if they don't think they are. But I've pretty much avoided anything creative other than like journal writing, which I guess I don't know if that's creative or not. So I am pursuing this YouTube journey to try to tap into my creativity. So stay tuned. We'll see if this turns into anything. I don't have any photography, videography, technology, any special skills, but that's the beauty of YouTube, right? Where you can kind of use what you have and try to find your people. Number 3 is trying to better my mental health. I am the daughter of 2 alcoholics, and I was also married someone like my dad that didn't drink but had the same kind of temperament. and was in an abusive marriage for 15 years. We were together for a total of 20. I figured out about 4 years ago, like I mentioned earlier, that I have complex trauma or childhood trauma, and I really want to work on that. And I can minimize the effects. It affects me daily. I deal with a lot of shame. I have a lot of confidence issues, a lot of commitment issues. And so I really want to, and I tend to isolate. That's another aspect that I'm going to talk about next. But I really want to work hard on healing myself through somatic exercises, reparenting, really also just sharing. I find that just finding someone who has been through what I've been through, or hearing someone that just can identify and understand or has come through it and is doing better, those things are super helpful for me. And so I'm going to use what I've learned to try to help others as I continue to try to help improve my own mental health. So that's number 3, bettering my mental health. Number 4, trying not to be so isolated. I am a new empty nester. My adult daughters are 22, 24, and 27. I have found that when I am not actively parenting and raising kids, my world has tended to get pretty small. Also, as a childhood trauma survivor, that feels comfortable to me, just being in my safe little environment. So, the goal would be to push myself a little bit, put myself in new situations, try to meet new people. I'm an introvert, I think, by nature, regardless of my trauma, and so I want to honor that and not try to make myself something that I'm not. But I do fear just becoming so isolated so that I only have close contact with like my 3 daughters and some close family members and a friend or two. I just don't think that's healthy. I think we heal in community. This is a way to gain some community. I see so many people, because I've consumed social media and YouTube, Instagram, all of that for years, that things that started out like mutual interests on an account like that have turned into real life friendships. So my 4th goal is to not be so isolated. I know that's not healthy for me. Okay, my 5th one is I keep looking at the timer instead of the green dot on my iPhone. So I'll get it. Thing is improving my financial situation. So I have struggled with money since I was a kid. My mom was a single mom. Electricity being shut off, food scarcity, no new clothes, definitely no vacations, moved around a lot, being a single mom myself, without a professional job. My girls always had what they needed, but not necessarily what they wanted or deserved. And being a single person in this economy, I live in a major metropolitan area where rents have increased dramatically. So it's always a struggle. And I think there also is a part of it that staying small and not living up to my potential and what I know I'm capable of, that I can turn around and look at, again, the childhood trauma that just has kept me small. One way I'm hoping to improve that situation is through YouTube. If it's a creative outlet and fun, and I can also make a little bit of money to help pay the bills every month and pay off a little bit of debt and maybe start saving, because I will be working until I die, that would be great. The other thing is my oldest daughter sells vintage clothes online, and she's mentioned multiple times about how that would be a great side hustle. There would be a learning curve. I wouldn't sell vintage, but just selling clothing resell. And so that's something I'm considering. I don't know if I can bite that off right now. I am in a summer break, and so I'm just working. But anyway, just trying to have more financial security. So those are 5 things, 5 areas I want to improve to kind of hit the reset button for one more year of my 50s and into my 60s, 70s, 80s, maybe 90s. What are you struggling with? What things would you like to change? And let me know what your age is so we can kind of encourage each other. So leave a comment and stick around for my next video. Oh, and one thing I forgot. I wanted to sign off on all my videos with a quote or a thought, or I come across so many things that just are meaningful to me on a daily basis. And I just saw this one. It's from somebody called Over at Bricks on Instagram. I hope I'm like a house built to withstand hard times, able to let go of what no longer serves me. I hope I'm like a house shaped and changed by love and self-expression. I hope I'm like a home, able to hold myself and others safe and loved. I hope you are too. Beanie! Oh. Hey, Beanie. Hey, Boo Boo and Beanie.